A progressive woman once told me that if she was my wife, she'd poison my coffee. I told her if I was her husband, I'd drink it. This is Alan Bordius, host of Their Finest Hour, Monday nights here on Vigilant Liberty Radio.
At Independent Journal Review, we publish news that is objective, fair, and entertaining. As one of the top websites in the United States, it's our duty to bring the absolute best to our readers. Readers like you. IJReview.com, your number one source for news and entertainment.
Hi, this is Missy Bordius. Join me as I share my womanly bits on the Conservative Feminist Show, 11 p.m. on Fridays, here on Vigilant Liberty Radio.
Hi, I'm Dustin Hoyt with America Our Way, and you can hear me right here on Vigilant Liberty Radio at 10/9 Central on Thursday nights. We bring you the best in political commentary from the right-wing, conservative, libertarian perspectives coming together and bringing the best content on the internet. Be sure to tune in every week for your favorite shows. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
This is Chuck Dixon, the co-creator of Bane, and you're listening to Vigilant Liberty Radio.
At Independent Journal Review, we publish news that is objective, fair, and entertaining. As one of the top websites in the United States, it's our duty to bring the absolute best to our readers. Readers like you. IJReview.com, your number one source for news and entertainment.
Welcome back to the show. This is The Right Mics with Mike Miller and Michael Hausum. Thank you so much for listening. In this last half hour, if you'd like to call in, please do 412-567-6879. You know, we were talking off air and wasn't aware, was our caller intending to go on air with us?
Yes, and she's here.
She is. Okay.
She is.
Okay, Mike, why don't you make the introduction?
Well, I don't think I'm not sure that I'm worthy, but my old friend Liz, you and I go back to the Red County days, and you know the four of us now. I mean, we are, beyond friends. But Liz Harrison, multi-faceted, talented Liz Harrison, VLR, and many other adventures is here. Lizzie, how are we doing today?
Oh, just peachy. My child is off school, so I'm hearing some form of temper tantrum over something up in the bedroom.
That could just be latent from whatever's going on in Mike's life, too, though. The temper tantrum sound.
You know, my thing is more like hot flashes.
I wasn't aware you were going through the change.
Well, apparently, you know, I am. I did not know, and my wife has informed me the last year or so that there are changes in fact for men. But anyway, you know, enough about me. What do we owe the honor of your visit to the Right Mics?
Oh, I just figured I hadn't bothered you in quite some time since we decided to, you know, let y'all have the airwaves here.
Hmm.
So I thought you all were feeling lonely.
We are because, we very seldom think of ourselves and have little to talk about generally. I mean, we scrape by because Hassan and I are pretty insecure. So it's really good that you would call in and give us a pep talk.
Oh, of course. Well, we're supposed to do that sort of thing here at Vigilant Liberty Radio.
Hmm.
The whole play nice with each other, don't torture each other, no fighting, and
Does that mean Hassan
no,
and I can't fight off air?
no, you can't, and or else we will go and sick the crystal means on you. The other host from Tuesday nights, who looks creepier than the creepy girlfriend.
See, now I don't know who Crystal is because the thing about Hassan and I, we only care about ourselves, so we only listen to our own show on Spreaker.
Over
See, now
and
you're missing
over
out.
and over again.
Exactly right, over and over and over again.
So that's why your numbers are good.
Hmm?
Yeah, exactly. I set up all of my devices to just stream it constantly, and I basically spend my day going and refreshing once it's gone up just to drive those numbers higher.
And what else we do? How's I know you do this? I'm going to speak for you, and you've never even told me this, but I know you do. If there's a segment that you like, whether it's about you or we laugh or whatever, we back it up just so we can relish in it again.
Yeah.
Now, earlier we were talking, Liz, I want to ask you this question. Earlier we were talking about American Sniper. Looks like Mike and I might be one of the handful of people in the country that have not yet seen that movie. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. I freely admit that this is a film that I'm not going to give the movie industry the premium price or whatever they get from seeing it in a theater, but only because I'm fully aware of the nature of my neighbors, so to speak.
Wait a minute. Let's back up the bus.
If I go to the movie theater, I won't be able to enjoy the film because there will be an idiot in the theater.
Okay. Well, then I don't have to ask the question because
gotcha.
when you said this is a film that I'm not, it kind of spoke to me as there's something about the film, but you're more the fact that there's going to be, as you said, idiot Michael Moore, Seth Rogen type or two in there that you don't want to run into or pay attention to, right?
Yeah, either that or more likely, we usually end up with the ignorant people that fail to realize that there are other people in the theater. They may actually enjoy the film themselves, but they're just ignorant. So, yeah.
It's funny. As much as I like going to the theater for the experience of the big screen and the loud and all that kind of thing. But, I got a big TV at home. I've got a really good sound system here. And if it's not super late and I can avoid having my neighbors yelling at me, I like watching stuff at home, man. I can pause it.
Right?
I can run in and grab myself another glass of wine. I can relight my cigar if need be. None of that stuff I can do at the movie theaters.
See, and dude, if you're in the mood, and it depends on the movie, you can crank the sound system up until the blood runs out of your ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my observation was the ability to pause whenever I want to do something I want. And previously, my issue had been my inability to enjoy an adult beverage during a film. But we now have a theater that allows that.
We do too. That's awesome.
Yeah, we've got a couple of them out here as well. Exactly.
Yeah, they're reaching to that point. But I'm thinking that might be a mistake. Because I'm not sure, but I think the idiots are worse.
Speaking of the
alcohol.
Okay, so speaking of the idiots, we were obviously in conjunction with the movie. We were talking about the morbidly obese Michael Moore and that whole crowd, Seth Rogen, and their thoughts. Calling Kyle a cold-blooded killer and a coward and the like. Is this something you've thought about writing about, or do you have some thoughts on those people? Although we all probably agree on those people.
I've pondered it, and I'm going to have to think a little bit about it because My father had been ranked sharpshooter when he had been in the Army, which means that if he had not remained as a communications instructor, he could have ended up in the field as a sniper. And honestly, he did hang around with quite a few people like that when he was in the military because, they sort of build the camaraderie. The ones who had the really great ratings on the firing range were the ones that would, do the chest thumping and hang out together in the bar. So I'm not unaware of the general attitude, etc. And Dad had a lot of people who he knew over the years that were special forces, etc., and I got to be raised around them. So I have to think about that because it is very ignorant what was being said by the liberals, especially since they have no bloody clue what really goes on.
Right. See, the reason I asked you was because you and I, the three of us, we can write something similar about the same topic. The three of us. You seem to get more hate mail and comments than we do. Now that may be because of where you write. I mean, maybe we're writing in a bit of an echo chamber. I hope not at IJR. But yeah, I'm thinking if you were to write something like this and get after Moore and Rogan and that crowd, you're going to probably be worn out by noon, right?
If I would post it at examiner.com where I go to tick off the liberal editors, then yeah. If I did it at Town Hall, there's a 50-50 shot. Because the big problem I think that I face, especially on situations like this, is I'm no Kurt Schlichter because I don't dangle.
You don't what?
Just saying, I don't dangle.
See, that's
I
what I
female.
thought you said.
So yeah, I do end up gathering some amount of fire simply because of my gender, and I know that. Because basically, it's a rough and tumble world. I know I'm heading into it. If I go and start getting into the military weeds, so to speak, this is difficult for people to take me seriously because it doesn't occur to them, and especially since I'm not a veteran myself, it doesn't occur to them that I was a Legion brat and I was raised
they don't
so much
listen.
brass. It's ridiculous.
They don't care. But don't you ever just, like, sometimes I just get in the mood. They used to call it full of piss and vinegar or whatever, where you just you want to go on there and piss off as many of them as you can just for the hell of it.
Yeah, I don't do that very often.
I don't either anymore, but I used. That's what Rat Nation was all about for a long time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you ever, Michael? Do you ever go anywhere and do that?
Wait, and say that again. Do what?
Like you just think I know if I write this here, or even maybe if I put it up on Facebook, because I know you got Todd and those guys. By the way, I'm going to tell you about Todd later in my latest with him. Todd is the guy, by the way. If Howsam and I talked about Howsam's semi-regular appearance on what's his name show?
The
Rick Amato show. Todd's the black liberal dude. But do you ever get in the mood, just even momentarily, where, either on Facebook or you go to a larger forum, where you put something up there that is going to piss liberals off, but you just do it because you're in the mood to do it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's I have an outlet for that, Community Digital News. They'll put up anything I do, period. No editing. I put up whatever I want. And there are times that I'll do something. I'll do a video or do an article. I go, you know what? I'm not even going to run this by IJR. Or in fact, I'll intentionally just you know what? I need to vent something. And it goes right to there just for that.
See, maybe that's Liz. Maybe that's a guy thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be.
Because it's kind of the same way with Town Hall. That the editor there likes my smart-assy, sarcastic thing. That they're like, yeah, do it, go.
Yeah, see, over at Town Hall, they don't know me well enough yet.
That's funny.
Again, I've only posted 2 articles. One was horrifically treated by the denizens, because I made the radical suggestion that our primary problem with immigration was the fact that our legal immigration system is